We gather here today in remembrance of a dear friend to this channel, the Samsung Galaxy S10e. The most popular video on Riker's YouTube channel. And this is the final version of that video. So let's make it the best. Yep, this is it. This is the final video on my channel of the S10e. It has had a good run. Both in the past 2 years, the S10e videos have gotten in the top 5 highest grossing videos on my channel. This is the last video, so let's make this one the best one. Maybe this could be our most viewed video. Share it to all your friends, I guess, is all I can say. Anyway, the reason why I won't be making any videos on this phone in the future is because my sister is actually upgrading to the new Galaxy S23. A review on that maybe in a couple weeks. So anyway, so she's turning in her phone to get the new phone, so we're no longer seeing this the S10e anymore. So I figured one last hurrah to say goodbye to the phone, and why not? So let's see, how does this phone hold up 4 years later? It's crazy you can say that now. Let's start off with the design. That's the first thing you see as soon as you see the phone. This one is in a hot orange color. I love the color. My mom loves the color. This is actually my mom's phone, and then she gave it to my sister, and then now it's gonna go away forever. It still has a headphone jack, USB-C, 2 cameras. So this looks pretty like a pretty okay phone. If you look at it, it doesn't look too old, and it actually has held up pretty well the past few years, maybe besides the headphone jack. My mom said that this is her favorite phone since the old banana phones. And then she said to insert a picture of one of those right here. And I conveniently found one of hers, and it has a baby picture of me, so that's real fun. My family's kind of split. They're actually divorced, so it's like my mom has Android and everything. My dad has iPhone and everything. Maybe that's why they divorced or something. My mom has really loved this phone. My sister's really loved this phone. So they've used it pretty extensively, so the battery is kind of low now, but she still manages to get through a day on the battery of that phone. I don't know what they did with that phone, but the battery is still really good, especially if it's not very degraded very much, except for they probably all are, so maybe you can get the battery replaced or whatnot, and then it'll be running just fine. The display is gorgeous. It is an AMOLED. It has a hole punch cutout at the top. A little bit of a chin at the bottom, but mostly you wouldn't notice. Even if you have a case on it, you really wouldn't notice because it kind of covers that up anyway. It has Touch ID in the power button, which ours has a little dent in it, so we can't use the Touch ID, but it still has a face unlock, so that's pretty nice, and then passcode. And then for the thing that's, I don't know, aged well in good places and not in other places is the camera. There is a 12 megapixel wide, a 16 megapixel ultra wide, and then a 10 megapixel front facing camera. Here's some shots. We have this one shot up at the mountain. It is actually pretty good, just outside. Night mode, it is kind of bad. Here's it compared to the iPhone. I mean, most of you guys would be like, don't compare it to an iPhone. At this point, nobody's switching from Android to iPhone or iPhone to Android, but I don't know, it's the only phone, it's the best camera I have in this whole house, so I mean, what else am I going to compare it to? So there's that. But it's okay, honestly, for a 4-year-old phone, I guess. The wide and ultra wide. Future editing Riker here. I actually forgot what shots were which in process of editing this, so honestly, just comment below which one you think is which. I'm sorry. It is pretty decent for what it is. I mean, it is a little dark for some reason. Like, newer phone cameras make things a little bit brighter. This looks really dark. The video is pretty good for what I consider iPhones are really good. Samsung's like getting there. So, it is pretty good. This video is actually really good. And then with the front camera, there's me against my iPhone counterpart. Pretty good, actually. The front camera is probably held up the best, I consider, out of all the things. And with that, I think my review is done, finally. I don't know. It's very sad to see this phone go. It's one of also the last Samsungs with a headphone jack, and it's ran out of Android support. Technically, now we're going on Android 14 here in a minute here, but it didn't get 13. Now it's not getting 14, so honestly, I don't even think very many people are looking to buy this phone. If you still have it, is it holding up pretty well? I feel like it's doing pretty well, actually. So comment below. You're still using this phone? I think it's pretty cool. Anyway, with that said, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And this was a very, very sad funeral. Goodbye.